Back at it for a Monday on the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. Our last few days of April. I hope you had a great weekend. It is Smile Cookie Week across Canada, and of course here in southwestern Manitoba. So it's gonna be a lot of cookie eating going on this week. Happy Smile Cookie Day number 1. Going to be decorating some cookies a little bit later this morning, telling you about some of the great groups that are going to be supported by this week's initiative. Coming up on the show today, the big news from the weekend. Lots of big stuff happening on the weekend. Social media ban coming to our province, the first in Canada. We are going to be banning social media and chatbots for those under the age of 16. How's this going to work exactly? And how are you feeling about that? Also, what happened in Washington. Guy's going to be appearing in front of a judge today after he wrecked the party on Saturday. Now we're going to talk about that. Toys are coming back to cereal boxes. Holy cow. Remember back in the day when you would sit there at the kitchen table and you'd be eating your breakfast cereal? You didn't have a phone back then. It was just staring at the box of cereal, and you would be eyeing up your brother or sister on the other side of the table going, who is going to be the first one to get the toy in the cereal box? Well, toys in the cereal box are back again. And this is just the beginning of a whole bunch of 90s nostalgia that has taken over. There's a hot new TV show based on JFK Jr., who passed away tragically in the 90s. Of course, Michael Jackson, his biopic in theaters. Huge opening this weekend for the Michael Jackson movie. Biggest biopic opening ever. Could be one of the biggest biopics of all time. I don't know why we're even surprised about that. It's Michael Jackson. I mean, everything Michael Jackson did was a huge success. Locally, the premiere of the movie done in Carberry, Selkirk, Winnipeg, Nowhere, Nobody, no, Normal. I always see the Bob Odenkirk, these got these one-word titles to his movies. So, Normal, Minnesota. Normal, Minnesota. But it's actually Carberry, Manitoba. Had the premiere on the weekend, and we had little spies there to check it out. We will do that. It's also Gummy Bear Day today. Happy Gummy Bear Day. And Air Canada will be the first airline in the country to provide you, the domestic flyer, with lie flat seats. I mean, we're already financially flat on our back. Why not do it at 40,000 feet as well? And so that's what we're going to be doing. Air Canada has lie flat seats they're bringing to Canada, and we're going to show you what those look like coming up on the show. First, let's get outside, take a look, see if we got some sunshine to start the day. We've got a little bit of mix of sun and cloud. We're at 0 to get things going. And still a little bit of snow out there at 1610 Minnedosa in the ditches. There's some snow. Is that snow? Is that an old camera? What's going on there? Oh, my. The forecast is looking pretty good, actually. We are looking forward to some temperatures that will be in the double digits this week, which is kind of nice. That will start on Wednesday. And, we'll have double-digit temperatures starting on Wednesday and probably right through into the weekend. We're going to be in for some really nice, sunshiny weather, kind of get the yard cleaned up kind of stuff. Here's what the forecast looks like. For today, mix of sun and cloud, probably around 8 degrees. Same for tomorrow, 10 on Wednesday. Thursday, there you go, those double digits, 13 degrees. 19 by Friday. Saturday, 19. Now, over the weekend, that forecast for next weekend was showing temperatures in the mid-20s, which I was like, whoa, hang on there. Whoa, I know we had joked about skipping spring and all that stuff, but holy cow. That would be straight from, the snow shovel to rip the air conditioner cover off, which is not going to happen. Although, you know what? Those temps are going to be nice. Springtime, finally. It's nice to have a forecast that doesn't say, we're going to have like 10 feet of snow coming. Hey, right now we're at 0. As we welcome aboard our sun seekers on this Monday, good morning to you. Welcome once again, all platforms to start the week, including TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and X, at least for now, till they ban us all from everything. Is the big ban coming, you think? You think they start with the 16-year-olds, then move that up to 18, and then they move that up to 25? It's only senior citizens on the social media. All the other people are out there living their best lives. We're in here networking socially. Let's see who we've got to say good morning to. A quick reminder, we move over to Twitch for hour 2 of the show. Twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show. You can watch on the web, but you can't comment there. So get signed up, would you, for Twitch? This way you can comment on some of the stuff that we're talking about on the show. Otherwise, you can lurk in. You're welcome to do that. And again, there's an audio version of the show available at TylerGlenShow.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, we start with some positivity, so we're going to have yesterday's good thing coming up in a bit. And that's where we appreciate your stories, pictures, video, anything that you've got from the weekend that was awesome. Because it's starting with positivity. It doesn't get any more positive than those smile cookies. So keep that in mind throughout the week. At least make one stop, maybe 5, maybe 10. To get your smile cookies from Timmy's today to raise funds. 100% of the proceeds going to charity groups this week. So I think it's going to be a fantastic week. And we got lots of sunshine coming in. Tosh, Road Reverend, and Polar Bear first in on Twitch this morning. We've got Leanne, Oliver, and Joe Garvis in on TikTok. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Tosh. Good morning, Polar Bear. Good morning, Road Reverend. Derek is here on Twitch too. And Jody is over on Facebook. We've got Ty Provost over on TikTok along with Marianne. And Harley on TikTok. Richard's here on Facebook. Quentin's here on Twitch. Patricia's here on Twitch along with Loretta on Facebook. Super Bernice is here on Twitch. I got to practice up. I've been asked to do a bird auction sale in Carberry sometime in May. Their auctioneer had some kind of health crisis. And as a favor to a family member who's involved with that stuff, I don't even know anything about birds. So I got to practice. We got Janine 555555555. I see. I got to get faster. This is not working. Addison Bernice and Loretta on Facebook, and we got Harley over on TikTok. Joe Garvis is here too. Hannah's here too. Barry's over on TikTok. Janine Fleury Urbanovich, happy Monday to you. Cindy's here on Twitch. Ron is over on Facebook. Smile Cookies. Cindy's excited. Yes, Rachel, too. Rachel Zarn is over on Facebook. Hello and good morning. Joan Gurr is back again. Hello, Joan Gurr. Mandy is over on TikTok. Hello, Mandy. Oh, I lost my spot here. Hope you have a great week. Charmaine is here, too. So is Cam. and Emil and Tim. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Nick, over on Twitch. Nice to see you. Joan Gurr is here. Nick is here, too. We've got Tracy Roger here as well. We've got Jasmine and Hunter and Sammy also over on TikTok. Good morning to you. Michelle's here on Facebook. Nice to see you. KDD4380 is here on Twitch. Molly is here too. Happy Monday, Molly. Hope you had a nice weekend too. Mavis is over here on Facebook. Nick says it's been good. It'll be good to have a 20 in the weather without a minus in front of it. You said it, brother. Or 20 associated with inches of snow. Who wants 20 inches? Calm down, calm down. I'm talking to the skiers. Yeah, they like lots of snow. Tosh has already got social media questions. Tosh, they're coming for you. It's been wonderful, Tosh. It's been great. They're coming for you, Tosh. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Instagram is gonna be gone for you, bad boys, bad boys. Well, they're coming, Tosh. They're getting the cuffs ready for you. They're coming for us all. This is it, the final days of social media, the turn. This is the big turn. Because now it is out in the open that it's bad for you. So I've said this before. It's like I'm running a bar here, okay? This is an 18-plus only show. If you're under the age of 18, you should not be here. We'll check IDs in the coming months. We'll do retina scans, Derek. Derek will be in charge of keeping personal information. You know, what is that? Fingerprints, eye scans, DNA. Just to... and here's, everybody has questions about this thing. And this is how I've been answering them from those who have been asking me. Guys, AI is going to be doing everything. The answer is always, who's going to do this? Who is going to do that? The answer is AI. AI is going to, and people are going to get banned when they shouldn't. There's people that are going to get caught up in the web of law enforcement. You should not be on social media. Adults are going to get caught up in this. You look too young. A lot of the women will be, I look like I'm under 18. Oh, but I need my Instagram, so give it to me back now. Renee Dedeli, Facebook. Hello, Renee Dedeli. Good morning. Good morning. Wayne is here, too, on TikTok. Renee Dedeli is over on Facebook. Welcome and good morning. Angela's here on Facebook, too. Hope you had a nice weekend, and we're raring to go. We are raring to go into another week. Bayonetta is here on TikTok. Good morning, Bayonetta. Good morning, Holly and Josiah on TikTok. Good morning. Other than Richard, I can't think of anyone who likes 20-plus inches of snow. We're pretty much done now. We're pretty much done. The snow, I think we're pretty good. We're out of the woods, and now we've got bigger fish to fry. What the heck? This is going to be the shortest hockey season for Canadian hockey fans in the history of hockey. We won't have any Canadian teams playing in the NHL playoffs. Edmonton lost last night in overtime, and so they are one loss away from being, and then there's no other Canadian teams. So that's it. It's like we're out. We're skunked. We're absolutely completely obliterated, and it's the first round of the playoffs. I can't believe it. I'm in shock, dismay. It's incredible. It's unreal. Unbelievable. I want nice weather. Well, you're going to get it starting on Wednesday. Oh, see, everybody wants to talk about social media right now. We'll get in there. I'm going to have to circle back to these comments, though, because you know the drill. We do yesterday's good thing. Before we get to that, there is daily sponsors that will be, or daily partners as part of the Tim Hortons Smile Cookie campaign. Of course, 100% of the proceeds of your Smile Cookie purchase this week is going to support nonprofit groups. In Brandon, it's the Brandon and Area Community Foundation and Helping Hands. Country Fest Community Cinema in Dauphin, in Neepawa, the Yellowhead Community Rec Center, and in Virden, the Oak Lake Community School Playground, and in Moosomin, Kids Sport, Whitewood, Moosomin and area. $2 for the cookie, 100% of the proceeds, your entire $2, is going to help support these local heroes. And when they do these local partners are really going to be treating their employees to some awesome treats this week, including our friends over at Sunrise Credit Union.
At Sunrise Credit Union, we're absolutely thrilled to be a part of this initiative. It is the true sense of community, of giving back. It really speaks to what our core principles are as an organization, to its core, with supporting local businesses. And that came to fruition a couple of years ago when we actually purchased their van for Helping Hands to help with their deliveries. Definitely an initiative that goes a long way in our local community, and something that we really look forward to continuing to support in the future. Make sure to stop by between April 27th and May 3rd to support the Smile Cookie campaign. And great initiative to support. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, thank you, Sunrise Credit Union. And they do great work with Helping Hands, as was mentioned. You see their logo all over the little vehicle that they've got running around there. So today's feature partner, Sunrise and Assiniboine Credit Union. So, hey, thank you so much for your continued support, and we appreciate your support too. So let's get out and get some Smile cookies. Today is the day. Today is the day. They're so good. I'm going to be decorating some Smile cookies a little bit later this morning, probably 10:30ish, over at the Tim Hortons on 18th Street, kind of as a kickoff event. And I always love doing this. It's always a good workout. I have been practicing through the weekend. This is going to be a great kickoff to the whole thing. Look at how great that is. That is the goal, is to make it smile like that. Doesn't always work that way. The icing has to be nice and hot. I've learned over the years, the hotter the icing, the easier it is to come out onto that cookie. So let's get some Smile cookies this week. The Co-op Big Deal comes on Thursday. That's where we give you some amazing specials, courtesy of our friends at Co-op, Heritage Co-op, Boundary Co-op, and Valley View Co-op. Now, the Co-op Big Deal this week was eggs. Who got some eggs on the weekend? Beautiful, delicious eggs. Yes, special prices on eggs. They are $4.99 for 18 eggs. And this is the 18-pack for $4.99. Also, pizzas. Had a few of these on the weekend. I had the spinach and the Hawaiian, and I can tell you, I still know how to cook a frozen pizza to perfection. Just $3.99 Dr. Edgar pizzas and tomatoes on the vine, $1.99 a pound. Did you see that tomato from Quebec I posted? $5 for one tomato. Holy cow, you can get a whole pound of them on the vine for $1.99. And every Thursday here on the show, we have the Co-op Big Deal, which means that we've got some extra special savings just for you. We announce Thursday morning on the show. And then, of course, you can go to my website. There's a flyer link right there. You just click on the Co-op logo. It'll take you there. TylerGlenShow.com. You put in your postal code, and it'll give you a flyer specifically for your area should you be lurking in from other parts of Western Canada, okay? And watch for that on Thursday. And we're into the final few days of the free gas card over at Murray Certified Service and Certified Service Express, 1500 Richmond Avenue in Brandon. You get a $20 Shell Gas fuel card until the 30th. That's Thursday. With a multi-point inspection, you can get that on its own or with a service at Murray GM in Brandon. But time is running out. Just a few days left. This will end on Thursday. We'll flip the calendar over, and the free gas card will be gone, courtesy of our friends at Shell and Murray GM Certified Service and Certified Service Express at 1500 Richmond Avenue in Brandon. All right, let's get to our good things. What's going on? Let's do it. Good things. What's going on for good things, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Polar Bear got a truck all washed and waxed. Oh, now it's going to rain. Well, actually, we could use some rain. Ooh. Hot Wheels going down the road. Nice. I can see myself. Very good. Isn't that how it goes? Like, as soon as you wash the car, it rains? Very good. Nice. Nick says, keep in mind a decade ago, none of the Canadian teams made the playoffs at all. I actually, I find myself watching a few of the games. I rather enjoy playoff hockey. You can tell there's some stuff on the line. And they're really giving it their all. So hopefully Edmonton can pull it out. I mean, of course, there's Montreal, but I don't really consider them Canadian team. Really, I mean, I know they've got Canadians in the name, but that's just it's just for show. It's just, and I just find Canadians fans obnoxious. So I like bugging them. I like getting under their skin. Bobby Wright is here. Good morning, Bobby. Hey. Molly's GT got about 30 miles in this weekend. Oh, putting the miles on the bike. Saturday got to, oh, good God. So Saturday, she's riding the bike. Pull over. Baby rabbit on the side of the road, along with a baby goat. What is that? Were you driving through a petting zoo? It's like, Molly's going for a bike ride. Hey, wait a second. I took her on. Look at, there's animals dancing around me. That is so awesome. Good job. You are really getting some mileage out of that bike. Good for you. Happy belated birthday to who? Whose birthday? Molly. Yeah, did we celebrate? Yeah, we celebrated Molly's birthday. Phew. I think we had sombrero. When was that? That was last week, wasn't it? Tosh says Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She was at her new job. Yes, arresting people. She was putting jaywalkers in jail. I had an amazing shift on Friday, my very first shift in the squad car, which was pretty awesome. She did great. Hold it. Oh, wait a second. This isn't a policewoman's uniform. This is a different uniform. Oh, my goodness. This is a different uniform. This is... Oh, look at that. She's going to be in the fruits and vegetables. The fruits and look at that. She's going to be working security, so don't think you can stick a couple of cucumbers down your shorts because Tosh will be there to... Oh, and she's going to throw some chicken wings at you. Very good. Congratulations on your new gig. Can you believe this? I only sent 3 pictures. Look at Tosh. Well, you know why. It's a new job. You're getting the hang of this thing. You're getting the hang of the rules. You're a free spirit. What are you going to do? It's hard to wrangle in a free spirit. I get it. I am also a free spirit. I understand. 100%. Nick Adams. Nick had his big production. 12th night is all done. Decent turnout for all 4 shows. Had a bunch of the future family show up for the finale, including my daughter and her boyfriend who came in from Winnipeg. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Courtney and I celebrated 5 years together on the weekend. Oh, and she stuck around. Yay! And we had dinner at the tavern. Oh man, you had a busy weekend. So my baby girl had her last day of school on Friday. That is it. My kids are done school. That's it. Yeah. The kids are done school. The kids are done school. So I had to go out. We took Libby and David and David's girlfriend. And I even took Mom out. We went to out for supper to celebrate the end. Oh, that's not it. There we are. We had to go to Earl's and have, that's all we ate. I could only afford a couple of glasses of water, an orange juice. Libby got wine because it was her last day of school. Everybody else got water. Dad is a big spender. I'll tell you, a big spender. So she's going to graduate from Brandon University on May the 29th. So that will be a early end to the show on the 29th because I'll be headed over to, I guess it's the BU gym for the graduation, hopefully, if all marks come in A-okay. So, also, since we were in Winnipeg, I've always wanted to do this. I wanted to check out Seafood City. That's where look at this, me at Seafood City. Ho-ho, Seafood City. What a place. It's so tacky. It's just right up my aisle. I have fallen in love. It is one of my new favorite stores in the Peg, Seafood City. Now, it is a store, basically, it's aimed at Filipino people. And folks that aren't from here, which is why I love it, because it's like stuff that I don't recognize. I don't speak the language. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And I love it because it's tropical. And boy, if you love fish, they're not messing around. Seafood City, if they don't sell the fish that you're looking for, you don't need it. They have everything from the ocean, from the fish that are nice to the fish that are gross. And then like a whole bunch of other stuff. And of course, all the different snacks and foods and stuff from around the world. So, yeah, certainly not an ad, but can you tell though, like, I mean, I'm in the beach house, Beach Bunker. I walk in there, I'm like, it felt like I was going home. It's so tropical. And it's a fiesta. Oh, and I didn't get a picture of the food court. They have like Crispy City. And it's like deep fried stuff. Like, and again, I didn't eat anything because I was an amateur. And, well, I'm an amateur. And I don't really know what I'm eating. I have to go in there with someone who's been to Seafood City before because they're deep frying all kinds of what shall I say, unique items from around the world. Now, and while they look fantastic, I don't know what I'm eating really. So that will have to be something that will be for future visits. It's in Garden City. Katie 4380 got out to the cottage to start the opening up process. 2 weeks from Friday, ladies and gentlemen, is May long weekend. Next weekend, we will finish and be ready for the season. Very good. Richard was over at Timmy's and bought a fancy new Tim Hortons coffee mug. That is fantastic. Look at this. You can dip your Smile cookie right in there. Perfect for Smile cookie dipping. And if you ever forget what country you're living in, just look down. And there will be the bear. I live in bear country. No, higher. Higher, Richard. I live at Tim Hortons. No, lower, Richard. I live in Canada. Yes, you live in Canada. Beautiful. Patricia Ann was in Regina over the weekend and took in 3 Days Grace and Finger 11. Oh, a couple of great rock bands. That's pretty fantastic. Can you hear me okay? Was it loud? Did you get your hearing back? Cindy said a friend popped over for a coffee yesterday. Hadn't seen in a while. Great catching up. That's awesome. Tosh says, are those hot air balloons over your head? Just decorations. It's so tropical decorations all over the place. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place to go. Man, for seafood and meats. Oh, they got the meats, I'll tell you, at Seafood City. Boy, if you need protein, boy, they've got them. Probably like not the cheapest in the world, but I'll tell you, they bring it in from all over the planet. So Derek says the show at the East Side was awesome. He had a concert there. All the bands made a few bucks and lots of people attended. That's fantastic. And so it looks like everybody had a great weekend. That's fantastic. And, you know, the weather generally cooperated. When we were in Winnipeg over the weekend, Saturday morning when we got up, it was cloudy, and we're like, and then all of a sudden, these fat snowflakes, you know, the ones I'm talking about, it's just like, oh my God, are you serious? Everybody in the house is like, what? Is everything okay? They go to the window, they're like, it's like, really? But it didn't last long. It fired up for about, 5 minutes and then stopped, and no more snow. So anyway, everybody had a great weekend. Good to see. Thank you so much for your good things. Fantastic. Awesome possum. We will circle back and do more good things tomorrow at 7 a.m. And it's going to be a great week. I can tell you, it is going to be an awesome week. And we're going to have an awesome weather week. We're going to take our first beach break of the morning. And then what we're going to do is we are going to come back with more Food, Fun Places in Mayhem. It is a Monday. What beach are we going to today? We are going to, let me have a look here, the 7 Mile Bridge. I bet you I know how long this bridge is to get across. The 7 Mile Bridge in the Florida Keys. Okay.
Good morning.
Hopefully we got some sunshine here too. Let's go. It's going to be a great week. Oh, yeah. This is beautiful. Holy cow. This is great. Happy Monday, Sun Seekers. Thank you for joining us. We're about to get underway. Let's get it going. Smile Cookie Week this week. Let's do it, Sun Seekers. We'll be back with more in just a bit.
It's Monday, let's make this week great. 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 Let's go together. It's Monday, let's make this week great. 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 Let's go together. It's Monday, let's make this week great. 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 Let's go together.
Yeah, last few days of April, here comes May, baby. May is coming in on Friday. Oh, goodbye, April. Thanks for nothing, by the way. Thanks for nothing, April. April was not a very kind month to us, was it? It was a scary month. We've got some cameras that aren't working. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this opportunity to put some cookies on the roadmap. It only makes sense. Some Smile cookies. Why don't we do that? Put some Smile cookies on the old road. The road report at this time of year, obviously not quite as important as it is when it's snowing outside and bad. I mean, we could still get that stuff, I guess. But I think all in all, things are looking pretty good in all four corners of our area, although I am surprised at the amount of snow still out there. So we need some cookies on top of our out of order on Austin. Can we do that real quick here? Let's just see what this looks like. There we go. Oh, ho, ho, ho. And we need one more. Moon Lake, what's going on? They got Tim's up in Dauphin there, and so you got to stop in and get a cookie. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Instead of an out of order sign, we'll get you all excited about the smile cookies. Cookies for you. Cookies for you. Cookies for me. Cookie Monster. We're at 0, and this is how the forecast is looking for us this week, Sunseekers. We're expecting a high of 8 today and tomorrow, double digits starting on Wednesday, and we'll see 10, 13, and then 19 for the weekend. So that is it. One of the things I want to know for lurkers who might just be sneaking by and sneaking in for a quick hello, did you see Michael on the weekend? Michael Jackson, the Michael Jackson movie, it was number 1 at the box office this past weekend. It was huge. It took in $217 million globally in its opening weekend, $97 million domestically. To put this in perspective, that's over 3 times the amount that the second place movie brought in, Super Mario Galaxy. Project Hail Mary came in at 3, The Mummy at 4, and The Drama at 5. Only took in $800,000, but $97 million for the Michael movie. I want to know what you thought. I'm considering going to the movie theater first time post-COVID, and I'm thinking I might do it. I might cave. I might get off the old wallet and go and spend the $250 to go see a movie. And I just want to get some thoughts on it first to see from those who went to it. And we'll circle back to that. Go to my Facebook page. Let me know what you thought of the Michael movie. Edge Damaris, Dwayne Edwards coming into the party this morning. Dwayne Edwards is here too. Hello, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Wishing you a great week too. Sin says all the snow here's almost gone except for what we piled up. Sure doesn't take long, does it? Get a couple of 20-degree days, and she goes bye-bye. Bobby Wright says, not a fan of Michael Jackson. You're the only one. Everybody loves Michael Jackson. Wow, loves his music. That's a complicated thing to say in 2026 that you are a fan of or enjoy. His work, his music is just undisputed. He's the undisputed king of pop. What are you going to say? We'll circle back and talk about that a little bit later, see what folks have to say about the Michael movie. Give us some reviews. But first up, the social media ban. So I was rather surprised by this. On Saturday night, when I was at the NDP convention, I was the guest speaker to help introduce Wab Kinew. I was on the stage. I couldn't believe that he had said to me, do you think I should do this? And I said, Wab, first off, I have no idea why I'm even here. Why am I a part of it? I'm just kidding. I'm allergic. That's why my allergies are acting. I'm allergic to NDPers. But anyway, they did have a fundraiser, and he is in the premier, made his announcement that the ban on social media for those under the age of 16 is coming. Of course it is. We knew this was going to happen. I really thought it was going to be federally, but I don't know. Mark Carney is kind of like, he's a conservative in liberal clothes. So he's I think he might be dragging his feet a little bit. But Wabagi gets in there. He's like, no, we're going to do this now. And the chatbots, too.
Our kids will never be for sale, and their attention and their childhoods should never be profited from.
Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew announced that Manitoba will become the first Canadian province to ban social media for kids and youth. And though the exact details of the ban are yet to be determined, Winnipeggers seem to be welcoming the change.
I think it's great. I think social media is toxic and dangerous.
See, I think it's good. It's good that they're doing that because obviously there's too many dangers on social media.
The proposed law protecting youth from harms of social networks will be the first of its kind in Canada. Manitoba follows the lead of Australia, where a similar law came into effect in December of 2025.
And so these are forces that contribute to anxiety and depression. These are forces that lead to young women and girls being trafficked. And these are forces that lead to too many of our precious children taking their own lives. I'm talking about social media.
In his speech at the One Manitoba Gala, Premier Kinew spoke about negative impacts of social media.
What's worse, They amplify comparisons between yourself and artificial standards. They amplify outrage.
I find it ironic that the most active politician in Manitoba on social media is an influencer named Nahani. Now, you might know her, and I don't know why she's in my feed all the time, but Nahani bakes cookies. Nahani, she gives recipes. Nahani likes fashion. Nahani makes rugs. Nahani does a lot of stuff, but I think that is Nahani over 16? Is she okay? If you take it away from Nahani, she is going to have a meltdown. She's not going to be happy about that, Wobby. She's not going to be happy.
And they expose kids to content they are not ready for.
And it's a feedback loop of the worst of society, and we offer it to children. That, to me, that's equivalent of giving them poison and expecting them to do well with it.
City News hit Winnipeg streets to see what people think about this decision, with many parents of younger children saying their kids have no access to social platforms whatsoever.
They have zero access to that as of right now, and I don't plan on putting them on social media until way past 16 for sure.
It's a social norm. If people are okay with it, let the parents keep the kids away from it, right? That's like, why is it government's job to keep the kids away from the platform? Shouldn't that be the parents?
While
What? No, that guy must be visiting from another place. He doesn't understand how it works here. The government controls it all. The government will tell us what's good and what's bad. You're incapable of doing that. Excuse me, sir, get off the camera. You're not from here. We have to ask the government if it's okay.
welcome the new provincial initiative. They say more details are needed on how the ban would work. It is yet to be determined what the legal age for social media will be, how the ban will be enforced, or when it will be implemented.
I think it's a good idea, but enforcement, how are you going to do that? That's why it's...
They'll always find a way around it, so I don't know. You have to try to convince kids to want to stay off it rather than force them to stay off it.
Sophia Frolova.
Back in the 80s, it would have been, is there a way we can ban MTV? How do we get the kids away from the cable television? How do we unplug the cord? They'll just go over to the neighbor's place and watch it. Cindy says, I wonder how many kids are having meltdowns. There are some parents having meltdowns. I'm not sure why. It is what it is. I think that it's certainly not a bad thing to be banning it for those under the age of 16. I think whenever you've got harmful content, there's always that possibility of it coming across a screen of a young person. And so on that note, I think it's probably a good idea. However, I too am not a fan. I just don't like the government sticking its fingers into areas where maybe the parents should. But, I guess the thing is that if parents aren't going to step up, and there are a lot that won't, there are a lot that just simply don't care, then the government has to step in and do it for us, I guess. Molly says young people shouldn't be on social media. Old people shouldn't be allowed to vote. Old people shouldn't be allowed to run. I'm thinking we were talking about this on the weekend. In the States, you have to be 35 to be president. I'm sorry, this may offend some people, but at 65, you should not be able to run. So it should be 35. The founders of America knew you had to be mature enough to run for president. You had to be at least 35 years old. Makes sense, especially for men, right? Under the age of 35, you're chasing a lot of things. Now, it's a little bit different now in the technical age, but back in my day, if you're under the age of 35, you have one thing on your mind, and as a male under 35, you can guess what that is. So once things calm down, so to speak, by 35, you kind of calmed down. Well, unless your name's Bill Clinton. That's a whole different thing. But the same at the top end, because it's like Donnie's going to be 80 this year. Joe Biden was 105. There's nobody under the age of 65 that can do this stuff. Really? So your thoughts on the social media ban? What are your thoughts? Jennifer says there's no way to really enforce this. There's lots of apps that require you to be 18 now, and kids are finding a way around it. Mike says if they can do it for porn in the States, then they can do it for kids on social media here. Matthew says, yes, you are correct. Facebook would prefer the person to be 18, but this is the reality. People have to be mature to be on these platforms, and often that is not the case. Miles says the initiative requires parents to be vigilant as well. I don't know if they will be, though. I think that once the government rules come in, Miles, I think they're just going to say, okay, this is taken care of. Our job is done. Here's your phone. Miles goes on to say, but partnering with parents to help their kids grow up more engaged in life and avoid the pitfalls of social media use is a no-brainer for everyone. I just regret getting my son a phone for his 14th birthday. I mean, I could have held off for a couple of years. But I don't know why you're beating yourself up. 14 to me, based on some of the people that I see, is old. And you can prove me wrong. But there are kids that have phones at 6 and 7 years old. That is just crazy. That's crazy. But when you ask these parents or you see them on social media, my kids need a phone. They need it in case of emergencies. They need the Galaxy XYZ 665 Plus with the 3D touchscreen, an integrated GPS AI equivalent super Dolby Pixar movie for emergencies. I think there's a lot of concern about how this is going to be regulated, especially when it comes to things like digital ID. Brendan says, does this mean digital ID is coming? Jerome says, how's this going to be enforced? I'm all for it. I have a daughter under 16, but enforcement has me curious. Are you going to have to show your ID? How is this going to work? Alyssa says, my question is how they plan to enforce this. Are we all going to need to upload pictures of our ID to Facebook? That won't end well. I could see how that could be concerning. Hey, Blessed Mama, obviously talking about the big news. Over the weekend, Manitoba's banning social media for those under the age of 16. No word on when that's going to happen or how it's going to be done. Quinton earlier said AI is a tool that kids should be learning as well as adults, or they'll be replaced with people who do. Then again, people feared electricity when it came out, as people thought it was bringing demons into their homes. There's a demon in my home. Now, that was gas. But there was some confusion there. When natural gas came in, they said, gas? There'll be demons. No, it's not. That's a different kind of gas. I think we've just got our wires crossed there. But, change is hard. And AI chatbots that was a bit surprising to me that was thrown in too. But in light of what we have seen at the federal level lately, with governments really taking to task the people that are associated with the AI chatbots for things like school violence and stuff like that, it's like, oh boy. Tara says, this is a good idea, maybe, but shouldn't parents just parent, set rules and boundaries and stick to them? Hand out consequences to their actions? You are not your child's friend. You are their parent, for God's sake. And with that, can we also stop family vloggers? If kids can't create an account themselves, their parents shouldn't be able to post this stuff, period. Good point. See a lot of kids with content on social media. It's huge. Kids want to watch other kids. And then mom and dad get rich, kid gets rich, everyone gets rich. Everyone gets the views. Cliff says this is a good start, but it should be 18 years old. It should be like voting, alcohol, anything that's bad for you. Brian says, I work in schools and IT. Policing this will be extremely difficult. The kids already go on sites they're not supposed to be on. We ban as fast as we can, but this may not work. I hope the government has a rock-solid plan on this. I'm thinking that they will likely work with the federal government on this, I'm thinking. Bobby says, I agree. It should be moved to 18. Loretta says, probably be easier for parents to control. Molly says, this is all a ploy to keep tabs on adults. I hope everyone knows. And I think that that's the big concern, right? I think that that's why there's so many questions about enforcement. It's, well, this is great for the kids. This is awesome. But how is this going to work exactly, and how am I going to get caught up in it? Because I'm addicted to my social media. Don't take it away. Don't take it away from me. Don't take my phone away from me. Don't take my phone away. Don't take my phone. Be an interesting experiment. All they have to do is like a social media outage for like 48 hours and see who is running down the street with their hair on fire, completely clothless, screaming at the moon, help me, help me, help me, my phone doesn't work, my phone doesn't work. Because there's a lot of them. We all have friends in our circle. Maybe you are one of them. I don't know. But if you aren't, you certainly know somebody who can't put their phone down. They just can't. When we were out for dinner on the weekend, at a fancy restaurant, the water was $10. It's an expensive place. Put your phone down. What are you doing? It wasn't one of those restaurants where they're taking the phone away, but maybe they should be doing that more. It's like, enjoy yourself. Take a picture, put the phone back where it belongs. Megan feels quite strongly. She says, how about government staying out of parenting? This is a parent's responsibility to govern their children and not the government's. See, I certainly understand that. Robin says, but if this was the case, child welfare agencies wouldn't have to step in and help these kids. Also true. Two things can be right at the same time. Wendy says, so a blanket government control restricting freedom is the answer? My kids use social media to keep in touch with friends and family that live abroad. How old are they, though? How is this going to be enforced? Digital ID? And you know what that's going to lead to next? Well, again, more concern about how enforcement is going to work. Quentin says, as a parent, you can control every app on every device they have. You can lock out anything. Just be a parent, put your foot down. Till they get a burner. They could get a burner, right? No? Yes? Is that possible? Could they get a second phone? I guess it just depends on their resources. If they don't have the money and the friends to help them with that, then they can't. But maybe they could get a second phone. Maybe a friend gets them a phone. I mean, it's about, I guess, talking to your kids, you know, the little people that eat around the house that you pay for, you know, like talking to them. So like, hey, can we have a little chat here about this thing called the interweb? Back in my day, we used to have the dial-up. Kiwi. Well, it's come a long way now. Molly says the company Roblox went through this, has already had the information stolen. Ugh, that's what I worry about. That if we all upload our IDs and stuff like that to get into these platforms, oh my God. That's going to be concerning for all of us, I think. Going to pick this up on the other side of a sponsor mention. Sunrise Credit Union into the final days of the Building Communities Grant Program. Keep that in mind. The 30th is the deadline for the Building Communities Grant, the spring intake. Again, if you're involved with a nonprofit group, a special project in the community, please visit our friends at Sunrise Credit Union and get that application done. It will only take you like 5 minutes to get the appy done and sent in to them. But the deadline is at the end of business day on Thursday. sunrisecu.mb.ca. At Kuiper's Family Bakery, all the treats are in those beautiful new coolers. Have you seen them? Check it out. Visit Kuiper's Family Bakery over on First Street and take a look at the amazing selection of baked goodies they've got there. Speaking of my lovely daughter who's celebrating her last day of school, one of the treats that I got to pick up for her every time I'm in there is the carrot cake. Limit one per customer because my daughter gets upset if they run out of carrot cake. They put the cream cheese icing on it. Oh, my God. It's absolutely incredible. They've got tarts. They've got cakes. They've got cookies. They've got buns. They've got bread. Basically, if it comes out of an oven and it is baked and it is a bread product, they carry it at Kuiper's Family Bakery. What makes them special is decades of tradition, just the way they made it in the old days. Oh, yeah, there's lots of butter in there. There's lots of the high-quality flour and sugar. Very, very tasty stuff. 1411 First Street, just north of the First and Richmond corner, next to Tasty's. And Leon's Furniture Superstore, 3635 Victoria Avenue. The Don't Pay a Cent event continues, where you pay nothing till 2028. Buy more, save more when it comes to appliances. If you need a washer, dryer pair, fridge, and stove, the more you buy, the more you save. So heaven forbid you got to get the whole works, man. You're going to save a ton of cash, like over $1,000 when you buy 2 or more select major appliances. Check out the flyer at leons.ca, where they've even got select outdoor furniture at 30% off. You're going to be putting that stuff up soon as the weather warms up. And again, pay nothing till 2028, plus free local delivery on furniture over $7.99 or more. The Don't Pay a Cent event is on now at Leon's. Michelle says, if this actually works, I think it'll be so good for their self-esteem and their mental health. I would agree with that, if we can get it to work without people getting caught up in it. Bobby says, just shut the Wi-Fi down in restaurants. Well, they'll use data. I mean, there's ways. That's when a phone call works when you shut it down. Yeah, it's an interesting conundrum that we've got with the social media. I think generally it's positive. I think that by the sounds of it, even the Sunseekers are generally behind this, but there is a lot of concern about how they are going to enforce this, and if any of us are going to get caught up in the web of enforcement with social media. Karen Orchard, this past weekend, shared some stuff that Bob Odenkirk had shared regarding the new movie Normal. We had the trailer we played for you last week. This is a movie made right here in Manitoba, and they had the premiere over the weekend. And this is essentially Carberry in a studio, because they filmed it, the street scenes in Carberry, but then had to recreate the scenes in a studio too, which is kind of cool. I wonder what they do with this stuff after. Is that all recycled? Set design is so cool. There's some of the cast and crew hanging out in Winnipeg when they were doing this. And this is a miniature, obviously, for when they have to do explosions and stuff like that. It's part of the special effects team. And then we had somebody taking in the actual premiere, talking about Premier Wabkanu and the premiere of the show, Cara Burney. Carrie was actually working for the town of Carberry when they were putting this together. So she went into Winnipeg. I believe it was in Winnipeg over the weekend, where 300 cast and crew got to see the movie before anybody else got to see it. And there they are, checking it out. And then some of the cast members appeared via Zoom or Skype or video conference to say hello to everybody at the theater before everything got rolling, which is really cool.
We talk to the audience.
Bob Odenkirk answered some questions.
How are you tonight? I can't hear you.
Turn your speakers on, Bob.
Well, hi, you guys. Thanks to you. Thank you for showing up in incredible numbers. Yeah, there you are. Amazing. Let me speak and say that we have had the greatest time watching this movie with audiences. Thank you for your hard work that made this movie so much fun. This movie has been the most fun thing I've ever been a part of. And I made this for show.
He did better than
I've never
myself.
been in anything that made audiences so happy. So I want to thank you, if you were part of the crew or cast, for joining us and for making this wonderful project.
And well, they blow a lot of stuff up, so I can see why it would be fun. And he has probably more action shots in this movie than anyone that he's ever done before. So Normal is expected to drop in August, so it'll be a summer release. And again, they just had the premiere this past weekend in Winnipeg. What is in theaters now is the movie Michael. And holy cow, did people go to check that out? Want to see if anybody in Western Manitoba saw the movie, what they thought of it, good, bad, ugly. Is it worth going? Is it worth to go to the theater and see? We're going to check in on that coming up in the next segment of the show. Also, it's Gummy Bear Day today. How gummy bears are made. What your favorite gummy bears are. Do you eat them one at a time or by the handful? And the party got wrecked in Washington by a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs from California. Yeah, we'll talk briefly about that. Because around the water cooler, people will be talking about that guy. Coming up in hour 2 of the show, along with the Air Canada lie flat seats that are new to the airline coming later this year. First, we have to say farewell to our friends on the other platforms. We're going over to Twitch. Again, I'm going to be over at the Tim Hortons on 18th around 10:30 this morning decorating some cookies. Look for that on social media. We'll be and in the meantime, get your smile cookies this week, okay? Help out those nonprofit groups across southwestern Manitoba. Just visit your local Tim Hortons. And we're going to go over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show. You can lurk in on the website, too, at tylerglenshow.com if you so choose. Thank you, TikTok and X. Goodbye. We're moving over. Thank you, YouTube. You guys have a great day. Enjoy the day. 8 degrees, not too bad. Thank you, YouTube. And Facebook friends, enjoy the day. We're moving over to